Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Delhi Guru. My name is Ranjit Jha. I have more than 10 years of experience in MongoDB. I am managing 40 node cluster which ingest 75 GB of data every day. Today I am going to share my thoughts on what is MongoDB in this video. So without wasting time, let's get started. What is MongoDB? MongoDB is an open source document oriented database which is built on top of the horizontal scale-out architecture. It's founded in 2007. MongoDB has a worldwide developer community and developers love to use MongoDB just because it's a multi-purpose database for multi-purpose application. So there are lot of features available within the MongoDB. Just because of that, developer loves to use the MongoDB. MongoDB is a NoSQL database. It means not only SQL. When I say the not only SQL, it means what? It's much more than the SQL. So some features are already available whichever SQL supports, and MongoDB built on top of the relational database. So there are 4 types of NoSQL database. The document oriented database, for example MongoDB; key value oriented database, which is Redis or Memcached; the columnar database, which is Cassandra; the graph based database, which is Neo4j. Every database has their own specialty and their own set of features. If you see carefully, key value database, in which you can query on the key, not on the value. In MongoDB, you can query on the value as well, just because of JSON structure. So MongoDB is a document oriented database. It's not a relational one. When I say it's not a relational one, it means what? It's not support any join, right? But yes, it's not support directly any join, but indirectly you can do via aggregation framework for analytical query, not for the transactional query. So the aggregation framework is not preferable in transactional, it's preferable for analytical. It means OLAP, not for OLTP, right? The primary reason for moving away from the relational model to NoSQL model is to make scale out easier, simultaneously along with some other advantages as well. MongoDB is a powerful, flexible, scalable and general purpose database. When I say this sentence, the MongoDB is a powerful, flexible and scalable and general purpose database, I am repeating again this sentence. MongoDB is a powerful, flexible, scalable and general purpose database. Why it is powerful? Let me explain each one of the 4 keywords in brief. Why it is powerful? It supports secondary index, range query, sorting, aggregation, geospatial index, TTL collection, capped collection, different types of storage engine. When I say the secondary index, it means you can store the data first, and later point of time, if you want to pull the data on a particular key or particular column, you can say, you can do the secondary index on any column, and you can pull. Especially index is preferable whenever data size is very huge, and you require to do the indexing in terms of huge set of data in order to pull that, right? The second is a range query. So in the MongoDB you can do the range query. Let's say the age between this and this, or date of birth between this and this. The sorting can be done on the database engine layer, or the sorting can be done on the application layer, or you can do the sorting at client layer. So it's your choice, but MongoDB gives you the feature to do the sorting on database engine layer. So you can pass the flag of sorting on a particular key, either ascending or descending, while querying. MongoDB does on behalf of you. You need not to sort on your application layer. aggregation frameworks. So in aggregation framework, you can do the group by. So aggregation framework in MongoDB runs on pipes and filter architecture. So in pipe and filter architecture, you pass an input and it gives an output. Input of second process can be the output of the first one, and similarly going on, right? So there are multiple pipes and filters. You can do the join between the two different collections or more than two collections based upon the need for the analytical purpose. MongoDB supports the geospatial index. It means you can store the lat long or coordinate or whatever you want for the geospatial. So let's say an example of, if you want to search a hospital within a 10 kilometer of radius and you have a lat long of each and every hospitals, you can do the query on the 10 kilometer radius or 5 kilometer radius. Whatever query you pass, they does on behalf of you. So it's much more powerful than the another database. The TTL collection. The TTL means time to live collection. When I say the TTL, so if you push your content in the collection with the TTL, let's say 3 minutes or 3 hours or 3 days, MongoDB clean up the stale copy of data on behalf of you. You need not worry about removing. The capped collection. If you want a particular collection which store only 10 MB of data, right? So if you add a starting more than 10 MB of document, so older one gets evicted from the collection, right? And newer one will be remain in the collection. So it's a multi-purpose. That's the beauty of the MongoDB provides you the multiple storage engine for you. You can configure within a minute, or you can say in a couple of minutes, right? While installation of MongoDB. Why flexible? You can add one key in one record. You can skip those key in the next record, or you can add the different key in the third record. So it's giving you flexibility to do, just because MongoDB is a schema-less architecture. However, you can add a restriction or you can add a validation of a schema in the MongoDB. Why it is scalable? Because MongoDB has a built-in replica set cluster. It means you can enable a replica set cluster within a couple of minutes. Let's say you have a 3 node of cluster. One will be primary and 2 will be secondary. So primary start taking the request for writing and the secondary start taking request for reading. So it's a replica set cluster. It's inbuilt. You don't have to worry about this one. Why scalable? Replica set cluster is inbuilt. MongoDB gives you the inbuilt replica set cluster. It means you can configure a replica set cluster in a couple of minutes, where one node will be the primary and 2 will be the secondary, or you can add a start more than 3 nodes in the secondary, but primary will be only one, which accept all the writes and secondary accepts all the reads, but it's not mandatory. You can read from the primary as well, but it's upon the business need. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to read, either from secondary or primary, it's your choice. And the replica set cluster is especially used whenever you have the high speed of write or high speed of read. The second one is sharding. The sharding can be configured in a MongoDB in a couple of minutes, or you can say within an hour, but it's inbuilt. You can enable this. And sharding is especially used for size of the data and speed of the query. So there are two key factors which derive, either you choose sharding or choose replica set. Both of them having their own cost. So if you have the size of the data is very, very huge, more than let's say 10 TB, or something, you can start sharding. MongoDB gives you this feature very smoothly. Why it is general purpose? MongoDB suits for all types of domain of application, wherever horizontal scaling requires, whether application developed for web application, banking application, enterprise application, financial application, healthcare application, insurance application, e-commerce application, or product catalog application, or analytical application, or any payment application, or IoT application. MongoDB suits for every application, every types of application. Instead of storing data in table of rows or column, document in MongoDB are JSON or BSON file. So internally it is stored as a BSON. It accepts as a JSON, stored as a BSON. Let me explain the simple JSON which I have in this slide. So name will be always a string. Value can be any type, whichever you required. Let's say the string type, integer type, array type. In array there are multiple variant of array: a string array, integer array, float array, double array, or a nested document array. Right. If you see in the qualification as a what? A string array. Number of offices is a integer. Name as a string data type. Location as a what? A nested document. Within the nested document there is a type and coordinates. The type as a point and coordinates as a x-axis and y-axis coordinates. So MongoDB gives you flexibility to store the data in the different way. I'll post a new video on why MongoDB. Thank you.